Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Cody Johnson reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Monday, July 23rd. Tonight we report on the manhunt that took place in Quincy on Friday and how a man was killed when he hit a horse with his car. We also look at the murder of a Moses Lake man shot in Othello and about the new concerns for railroad oil tanker cars that run through Grant County. In sports, the Mariners are on a 3-game win streak coming off the All-Star break, and a U.S. golfer came from 5 strokes back to win the British Open on the last day of the tournament. Our spotlight story tonight is about the music and fun at Ephrata's Basin Summer Sounds. And we've got the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight: after a manhunt in an area near Quincy on Friday, Arnaldo Mendoza escaped arrest for allegedly shooting 23-year-old Quincy man Luis Ocha Murillo several times. Law enforcement continues to search for the 20-year-old Mendoza. On Friday, the Grant County Sheriff's Office asked the public to steer clear of an area near Road 9 Northwest and Road U Northwest as they searched with a helicopter, plane, dogs, and additional police. They were unable to locate Mendoza. He is believed to have shot Murillo several times in the abdomen in an orchard about 2 miles west of Quincy. The victim is alive in stable but serious condition. Sheriff's Office asks the public to call 911 if they see Mendoza, who is described as a Hispanic man with black hair, brown eyes, and last seen wearing a black t-shirt and black jeans. Do not attempt to detain or apprehend the man, but call 911. A Moses Lake driver was killed early this morning when his pickup truck hit a spooked horse on State Route 28 near Ephrata. At just before 2 a.m., 24-year-old Armando Capetillo was driving a 1992 Ford Ranger pickup east about 2 miles west of Ephrata. A horse reportedly threw its rider and ran onto the highway where it was struck by the pickup. Capetillo died at the scene. The Washington State Patrol did not indicate the status of the rider or the horse. It is unclear what spooked the animal and why a horseback rider was traveling along the highway at 2 a.m. No charges are anticipated related to the fatal collision. Othello police are looking for a suspect in a shooting that left a 36-year-old Moses Lake man dead on Friday night. Othello police responded to multiple 911 calls about a shooting at the Cabana Motel on Windsor Street. Officers found George Ramos suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, apparently inflicted by a small caliber firearm. He was taken to Othello Community Hospital where he died a short time later. Investigators reportedly spoke with several witnesses at the scene of the shooting who identified 29-year-old Roberto Galan of Othello as a suspect. Galan reportedly fled on foot after the shooting and has not been located. Anyone who has information on the shooting or Galan's whereabouts is asked to contact the Othello Police Department at 509-488-3314. An Ephrata woman asked for help locating her 17-year-old daughter, and within 34 minutes of posting her picture on the iFIBER 1 Facebook page, she was found. The information and the girl's picture were shared 97 times in about a half hour. Cynthia Alvarado was reported missing from her father's Ephrata home 6 days ago. The Grant County Sheriff's Office had Alvarado listed as a juvenile runaway and a missing person. Her mother, Chastity Hittinger, said her daughter is ill and needed medical assistance. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and are wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day, or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages with the latest from the iFIBER One Weather Center, and we've got sports and more news on the way.